Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Junk with Steph. This is Stephanie, and today I'm just doing a bit of distressing, and we are using Victorian velvet and antique linen. We're going to do distressing along the edges, and we're also going to do some stamping and stenciling, mostly stenciling. I just want to add a lot of detail to the journal. Right now, we're just going to keep going along the edges. I love this page. I love Little Birdie. It's just so cute. I love it so much. So for the most part, we're just going to be distressing. This is that cardstock that is rose gold flecked. It's so gorgeous on the inside. Love that. So for the most part today, we're just going to be distressing using these two colors. I thought about using some vintage photo to add a little bit extra interest, but I use vintage photo all the time. I don't normally use antique linen. I do use Victorian velvet a lot because it's a really pretty pink. Uh, but I decided against using Victorian a vintage photo this time. For the most part, it is used on the ephemera a little bit. Love this page. I love the lace pattern that's in the coffee dye. I love how subtle it is. In person, that page is absolutely beautiful. I wish the camera could pick up just how pretty it is. So we're going to do a little bit of stenciling, and I don't know where a lot of my stencils have come from. Well, I know they came from Pat Catan's near me. However, they closed. I don't know the brand name on these stamps, or I'm sorry, on these stencils. I'm pretty sure that this is a laser cut, die cut type paper, the geometric one I was just using. Uh, because this is also a die cut, this fence frame thing, lattice frame. I like using die cuts as stencils because why not? They're heavier. So, I mean, might as well. Love these worn stained papers. They're beautiful. So I'm just going to add some beautiful Victorian velvet to the edges because it's the perfect complementing color to the worn stained kit. So if you wanted to know, Victorian velvet is the way to go. This is part of the faded Flora digital, actually, right here. Victorian velvet looks absolutely gorgeous with that as well. Might do a little bit of stenciling with this Tim Holtz stencil. This is one of the stencils that's like two-parter. On the bottom, it's got that beautiful damask lattice. And on the top, it's got the flourish, and I love that one. I love them both. I love this stencil. It's probably one of my favorite and most used stencils, to be honest. Can't go wrong with Tim Holtz, huh? Beautiful. Love that. I love how the Victorian velvet has like a bit of a blush tone. So this is the page that we have and right now I just have the pages off to the side and I'm going thematically, step by step through here. Each page and I'm putting them back in the same orientation so they're going to be placed exactly how they were previously. So I decided I'm going to put gesso on this page because while this is a letter from or a document from like the 60s or 70s, and I don't think any of the information is, accurate at this time, I still I still feel weird about it. So I'm just gonna cover it with gesso a little bit, you know whatever. My son and I did take some time to kind of look into those numbers and addresses, and those people don't live there anymore. So it's a whole thing. It's whatever. It is what it is. I probably did more than I needed to, anyway. So I did dry that a little bit, and then put a little bit of coffee stain on top of it because it was very, very white, and I wanted to kind of blend it back into the paper. And putting the coffee on top, it did take a little bit to dry because obviously it's on top of gesso. However, came out beautiful. Really love how that came out. This page look a little busy, but also still somewhat plain. So after we dry this, I'm thinking we try for some pockets or something. So let's see what we got. Oh, love the hummingbird. You are blessed. As you know, this kit that I'm using a bit of Grace and Meadow is a very like faith-based type kit. So there will be some, you are blessed and God is walking with us type lines throughout the book, which is beautiful, of course. Love the hummingbird. So cute. I love this pocket on the left. That's probably one of my favorite patterns in this kit. It's got the dark, like grungy bits, but it's also got the beautiful, like burgundy flowers. I really like it. So this is another laser cut die cut paper. It's like cardstock. It's really thick chipboard actually or something. But I like the dots. I like making tiny little dots on my page. It just looks so dainty and cute. So we're going to go ahead and put this pocket over on the left side. We're just going to secure it with some glue since the flaps are already beautifully located there. Perfect. Love that. I love the little stitching, the little bits of stitching on that label there. And if anyone pays attention, that's actually one of my specimen labels that's been put there. Fun fact. I like to use my specimen labels sometimes throughout my kits. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but sometimes I do. Love this hummingbird. We're just making sure it's down there and secure. It was bubbling up a little bit, so I just want to make sure. Looks good. Love the gesso part. Add a little bit of detail here with this adorable little daisy stencil. And we're just using the makeup brush thing because it's like the best, isn't it? I love it. I have so many of these things, and I don't know. I keep them color coordinated by some washi tape on the handle, so that way I always know which one I'm using. So I'll actually use the vintage photo one inside the pink one. That would be awful, right? Love how that came out. It's so cute. It's kind of like busy, but not because of the gesso. It just is. I love the texture, the detail. So I'm going to go ahead and add some pink. I didn't think there was enough pink on this page. So we're going to add this beautiful deep burgundy, mauve-y, pink rose floral washi. Looks beautiful on the other side as well. Look at that. And I don't like just putting one washi usually. I like to put at least two, sometimes three. That old 2 or 3 times is the charm type of thing is what I'm going for here. I like to secure my washi with some extra glue. Can't go wrong. Make sure it sticks. Fold the washi over the corners just to make sure it's secure. Great. I love that. Perfect. So we're going to go get another page. I like the pink that's on this page. It really looks good on, against the mirroring page that has like the worn stain digital. I love this stencil. I've used it so much before in the past and I hated it, and I don't think I was using it properly. It looks so good and crisp. It's beautiful. I love the writing. I love that back there. It's such a nice little touch. Again, that stencil just came from a pack. I believe that one was a Faber-Castell pack with some gelatos. It was like a pack that had gelato and stencils. So this daisy one, I don't know where that's from. It's just a generic like stencil. Fairly certain I got that one at Joann's. So I had to be a little bit more careful in this one just because there was already pockets and things on the other side, and so you can't press for the stenciling as you normally would, but I think we may do pretty well. I like adding a little bit of the antique linen to the edges just to kind of give it, that to vintageify it. And again, that was just a die cut stencil that I was using. That stencil actually comes in the pack that my lattice comes in, the status, this, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. The stencil lattice. And I kind of always use. I bought Packetans out a couple of years ago. I have, oh, I don't know, 20 packages left still of the lattice die cut stencil. So I love that stuff so much. And I have like a lifetime supply. So, but I do have, I don't know if you see in the top left corner, there's like a burgundy. Yeah, that one right there. That's my favorite stencil in the world. And it's not a stencil, it's a die cut. It's laser cut, die cut chip. It's very thin chipboard. It's like cardstock and chipboard had a baby. Um, so it's good for a stencil, but it's also so perfect. Like it's the perfect stencil because you can add it to anything. It matches any sort of theme you got going. Garden, lattice, perfect. Steampunk, lattice, that's fun. You know, like it's perfect. I love that stencil so much. So we're just gonna keep vintagifying all of these beautiful papers. It's coming along great. We are over halfway done with the paper stack at this point. And I mean, honestly, what this is doing, it feels like I'm not doing a lot, but just adding these little bits of pink to the edges, like it really makes it like, because the white has the crisp, clear edges, right? And it's very, this was kind of just constructed. This was crafted. This is well, this was loved. Like, I don't know. I'm sure all of you feel the same way when you vintageify your items as well, like it just adds that extra bit of like possession. Like I made this, I'm purposely taking this blank piece of paper and making it better for you visually, and I love that. I like making sure that all of the things that I create have love in them. That includes my digitals. I just love it. I love it so much. I love paper. I'll say that forever. I love that stencil. I love the damask part at the bottom. It's so pretty. Or it's not damask. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's the only like pattern thing my brain's like, that's damask. My brain doesn't work sometimes, guys. It's just how it is. Again, I love the Victorian velvet on these worn stained papers. It really brings out the pink hues, the blush. Very nice. And I'll leave links down in the description for the Grace and Meadow, the Faded Flora, and the worn stained digital paper packs that are available in my Etsy. I also did list 6 journals on my Etsy yesterday. That was fun. I haven't listed a journal in my Etsy in a very, very long time, so a little nervous. We'll see how that goes. I love the little tiny pink flowers at the top of this page. How cute. So at this point, we are just going to continue to distress these beautiful papers. And so now I'm going to show you the flip through of the pages. We haven't binded this yet, of course, so, give me a break. I can't keep them straight, but it looks great. I love how it all just kind of flows. It didn't I know it seems like it wasn't a lot, but it really did add a lot of nice little tiny bits of interest. It really feels like it kind of closed off this chapter. We're going to get into making some clusters. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it.